Here's a system I built. Every time a lead email arrives, it updates my CRM automatically. Before this, every new inquiry meant opening the email, pulling out the details, updating the contact record, adding notes, and deciding what should happen next. Now that happens in the background. The email comes into Gmail, the workflow runs through Zapier, the important details get extracted, and the CRM record gets updated automatically. In this video, I'll show you the simple 4-part system behind it, where the tools fit, and where you still stay in control. A lot of solo businesses do not have a lead problem. They have a translation problem. Demand shows up in the inbox as messy communication, a pricing question, a project request, a vague inquiry with missing context. Useful information is there, but it is not operational yet. Before that lead becomes usable, someone has to read the message, identify the important details, update the CRM, and decide the next step. That work feels small, so it gets delayed, rushed, or done inconsistently. And that is how follow-up slows down. Records stay incomplete, and good leads sit in the inbox longer than they should. The real value of this system is not that it uses AI. The real value is that it turns raw communication into structured business data. An incoming lead email appears. The workflow starts. The useful details get extracted. The CRM gets updated. And the lead becomes easier to act on. The easiest way to understand this setup is as a 4-part system: capture, extraction, update, and routing. The first part is capture. This is where the workflow detects that a relevant lead email has arrived and passes it into the system. The second part is extraction. This is where the model reads the email and pulls out the details that actually matter, like the sender, the company, the request, urgency, and qualification signals. The goal is not to sound intelligent. The goal is to make the information usable. The third part is update. Once the information is structured, the CRM can create a new record or enrich an existing one. Fields get populated, notes get added, status gets updated, and the lead is no longer trapped inside an inbox thread. The fourth part is routing. Once the record is clean, the lead can move toward the right next action. That might mean a review flag, a priority tag, a pipeline stage, or a follow-up reminder. So the system is not just storing information. It is helping move demand toward execution. And the stack behind this can stay simple. You do not need a complicated setup to make this useful. You need a clean trigger, a reliable workflow, a clear extraction step, and a CRM that can store the result properly. The email can come through Gmail. Zapier or Make can run the workflow. GPT or Claude can extract the useful details. And the destination can be a CRM like HubSpot, Airtable, or Notion. But the important point is not the exact stack. The important point is the system design. Tools execute. Architecture decides. If the logic is weak, better tools will not save it. If the logic is strong, even a simple setup can remove a surprising amount of admin. This is also where people get automation wrong. They assume that if the system can read the email, it should make every decision on its own. That is usually a mistake. Good automation removes repetitive work. It should not remove judgment where judgment still matters. So this kind of workflow needs safeguards. If the extraction is uncertain, flag the record for review. If information is missing, leave fields blank. If the lead looks unusual, sensitive, or high value, keep a human decision point in the flow. The goal is not full autonomy. The goal is reliable leverage. That is the real business effect. Instead of opening the CRM and seeing incomplete records, delayed notes, and inconsistent data, you start with structured information. Instead of leaving useful inquiries buried in the inbox, you shorten the distance between demand and action. In a solo business, that matters a lot. Every broken handoff becomes your problem. When that handoff becomes consistent, the whole sales process feels lighter, faster, and easier to trust on busy days. So when every incoming lead email updates the CRM automatically, the real win is not the automation itself. The real win is that the business becomes easier to run. That is what useful AI should look like for a solo operator. Less manual translation, cleaner records, faster follow-up. A system that turns incoming demand into something the business can actually use. No extra admin getting in the way.